Welcome to the SLUSH podcast, the only place on the internet where we cover toddler toys to movie reviews and all of the spoilers in between.
Welcome back to the SLUSH podcast. It's been a minute for me. I'm Jon. This is Matt to my left or right, depending on your view. So Matt, we're right at the Halloween time. You know what that means, don't you? Like, time to bust out beige and see what we can do.
I know we should run some red lights and pick up some free floating, class fives.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's Miller time.
I do like
Don't have
seeing
any beer.
more Ghostbusters for Halloween, like than I used to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Uh, yeah, it's crazy. Like we see more Ghostbusters this time of year than any other time of the year, and I guess that makes sense. But still like to see Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because there's so many companies now making proton packs. It seems like, um,
Yep.
I don't know who's making the newest one. Who was that? It's like a party thing, isn't it?
Not Party City, HalloweenCostume.com has one.
It's pretty good.
Um,
They're pretty
and
impressive.
Hasbro did another one that's only like $300, which is actually not bad looking.
Really? Like the backpack?
Yeah,
Wow. Is it based off of like one of the movies or is it?
84
Oh man, I would totally get that.
exactly. So I know, like, but you spent money that you didn't get killed over this time, so don't push your luck.
I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I'll probably never get to do that again, to be honest with you, because, you know, hella expensive.
Do it, do it, do it,
I do
do
love
it.
this thing though.
There you go.
Oh, how do I? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this thing's
So
pretty sweet.
yeah, they're cool, aren't they?
Yeah, it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
If I could tell my
So
kid self that I would have one of these when I'm an adult, I would be very happy.
your kid self would probably just die. Be like, I can be kind of a real Ghostbuster.
I know. It was, oh man, yeah. If only I could go back. But yeah, you got this
Exactly.
too, right? Or somebody else got this.
I didn't get this one.
Ethan got it.
Ethan got that
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
one.
I'm a huge
Oh
fan.
yeah. Yep.
But you got a
Um,
pack though. You got the Spengler pack, right? For Afterlife.
I got the Spangler pack from Hasbro last time, and my PKE and my trap were both Mattel.
Those are honestly just as awesome. And that pack you have is so nice.
Yep. Yep.
Hasbro.
And there's like people have been like modding them for so long now. There's so many things you can buy for it. Like it's supposed to shut itself off after 10 minutes, and you can get it what they call a staying alive mod that doesn't let it turn off. I changed mine out with a lithium ion power cell as opposed to 4D batteries.
Oh, that's awesome. I would do that too. Because it's like the whole thing is so nice. Why not just make it run better, you know?
As a fan, there's so many things to do now.
Dude, I know. And like I assume they're just gonna keep making movies. I would hope.
Well, I read a thing the other day where Ernie Hudson let it slip that they're in the midst of filming or recording the new animated show.
The Netflix when it's finally happening. Man,
Yep, yep. I'll always take what he says at face value. I won't take what Dan says at face value because we don't know if it'll ever actually happen.
yeah, he said a couple of times Ghostbusters 3 was starting, didn't he?
Yep, and then it didn't, and you know.
Man, those guys are getting old too. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Ernie Hudson's looked the same for the last 20 years.
I know he's in amazing shape. I feel like we talked of this
Oh,
before, but it's crazy how good in shape he is. He's in his 70s, isn't he?
oh yeah. He's like the oldest one, but he looks great. Ernie Hudson was on a TV show that was on Netflix called Grace and Frankie. He's a good dramatic actor, but he looked in really good shape.
He's in The Crow. I always forget that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, always like whenever like Ernie Hudson or Dan Aykroyd or like Bill Murray would show up in a movie, I was so stoked because everybody was just waiting for Ghostbusters 3 for so long, you know?
I think the closest we ever got to that that Ghostbusters 3 was Groundhog Day.
Yeah, pretty much. Groundhog Day is
So
such a good movie.
yeah,
And that was their falling out, right? That's where Bill Murray and Ramis stopped talking.
yep. But they got themselves sorted out before it was all over. That's the important thing.
Yeah, how many years later was that?
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't long before he passed away. Um, the funny if you watch Ghostbusters Afterlife, like you can tell that the real emotions there when they're saying their apologies to Egon. It's kind of like, I should have called, or I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
know.
Bill Murray, man,
So
in that scene, he was so nonchalant. He was so Venkman still in that movie. It was awesome.
yeah, so
I felt like he kind of combined his like persona from the movies and then from the cartoon series all into like one short scene somehow. It was great.
something I would love, and I know it won't happen, but they can kind of make it happen. I would love to see the guy that did Venkman's voice on the cartoon and Bill Murray have something together, but Lorenzo Music passed away so many years ago, but they could use Dave Coulier,
That would be funny. I was like,
right?
it wasn't even that long ago I found out that that was the guy from Full House. It was super weird.
Well, it's funny because Bill Murray, his character on Ghostbusters the cartoon was voiced by Lorenzo Music, and then Lorenzo Music also did the voice of Garfield.
Yeah.
But then when they did a live action Garfield movie, Bill Murray was the voice of Garfield.
It was perfect. That almost made me want to go see the movie. You know, because I feel like
Did
those who
you?
know, know. No, I've never seen it. Although I met the DOP, Dean Cundy. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't think he does anything anymore, but yeah, he did like Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Apollo 13. Fuck man.
Yeah.
The Thing.
I love that everything in your life goes back to the Future eventually.
I know, it really does. I need a DeLorean. If I don't get a DeLorean before I'm dead, it's just gonna be a waste, you know?
Sell that fancy bike of yours, you might be able to get enough money to buy one.
Ugh, I don't think I could ever sell it. Built that thing.
Yeah.
Not possible. That's the thing. It's like you could sell my bike, but it's so personal at this point
Yeah.
because it was right from every nut and bolt together. Like it's insane. Yeah. Dude, I had Cora on my bike the other day. It was crazy. I was very nervous.
I bet. I mean, it's getting to that time of the year, you really should be putting it up, but
Oh my God, it's so nice right now. The temperature is very cool, but it's still warm and there's so much to see. We were on it for a while. Then we went to the comic book store and she got this crazy RPG dice roller thing.
oh yeah.
It's like a 3D printed one.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you like throw them down the top here. She got all these.
I've got one that's like a fire.
Oh, campfire?
No, Castle Spire. Like it's
Oh,
it's like yeah, you just drop it in the top of the spire and they rumble out to the bottom.
that's cool. It's crazy.
So
Anyways, that was a
we
complete.
gotta yeah, we're way off track like already.
What are we talking about? What are we doing?
Well, yeah, we're supposed to be talking Ghostbusters. Um, so I asked Cody if he wanted to get on this. He's gonna jump in next time because he said he didn't do the homework, which never stopped us before. Uh, yes, I'm calling him out. Um, so you picked a scene from Ghostbusters. I picked a scene from Ghostbusters, and we're gonna kind of tear them apart.
Yeah.
So why don't we do? Because mine's kind of a hot take. So
Oh, what do you mean? It's a hot take.
no, I'm not telling you. We'll do yours first, then we'll talk about mine.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay,
That's
what's
fair.
yours?
Well, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I picked this scene first of all because I felt like, I mean, it would be hilarious if we picked the same scene, but I don't think we did from the sound of yours. Yours is intriguing. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
My interpretation's a hot take, but let's run with it.
Is it the ghost blowjob scene?
No, but let's save that for a future one.
I feel like Cody would have picked that. Yeah, okay. So Mine is for Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's the scene, I've already talked about it before. I really, really love the scene where she ends up calling Ray because um I think it hits pretty good on a couple of levels. Like as a fan, as a casual fan, and as like a new viewer. Um and deep down for me, honestly, as just somebody who loves movies, I feel like there's so much in that scene because we've all been waiting for it for so long. Like so long since Ghostbusters 2, right? In 89.
Yeah.
There's been
I think that it hits such a low note for us, like below the belt when Ray goes, Egon Spengler can burn in hell.
so shocking, right?
Oh, I was like, what did he do?
I know because Egon is he's so nice and he's just really nice. He's just a science dork, right? So
I don't think nice is the word. I think he's just more removed is the word.
he is removed. And I think that the fact that they really like leaned into that because I looked up his backstory for get this. Okay, complete side note, but not really. I was looking for the script for Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I've been able
Yeah.
to find lots of scripts because I'm like I'm noticing you can kind of go back and even if stuff didn't make it into the movie, it's sometimes in the script in between lines. But there's
Yep.
no script available for Ghostbusters Afterlife. You can't. It's not released from Sony, so you actually can't
It,
get a legit one.
it'll probably be like the 50th anniversary before we see it.
Honestly, I think it will be because I was like, okay, before I do this scene of her calling Ray from jail, and it's the first time we get like Ghostbusters, like this is almost an hour into Ghostbusters Afterlife when they do
Yeah.
that. And I've said this before, but you kind of almost can you don't forget it's a Ghostbusters movie, honestly. Like obviously because they have the extra one and stuff at this point, but it is such a good movie on its own that you kind of forget a little bit that it's a Ghostbusters until they really start digging into the tech and all that and the lure. But there's no information anywhere I can find about Egon's wife. Nothing. There's
No.
literally not a shred. There's nothing that I've seen. Oh, did
I
you?
I think like yeah, there's no information on it, but like if you infer who the person is, I mean, he might not have had an emotional attachment to her. It might have been some co-ed that he was seeing before we ever got introduced to him.
Yeah, it's true. It could be anyone. Like
Yeah.
I think that we were all kind of shocked that they didn't go with Janine, but almost not shocked because she kind of is with Tully in part two, in Ghostbusters
Yeah.
2. Yeah, I think that for me, every single time I see Ghostbusters Afterlife, that one part when Ray says Egon Spengler can rot in hell, and there's kind of like quiet, and you hear her
Oh yeah.
swallow, you hear her like gulp a little bit. It's so good because it feels like even though Phoebe's been like this like whiz kid the whole time, I don't know, McKenna Grace, man, she's really good in that scene, and she played it really well because you can tell it kind of hits her really hard.
But Dan Aykroyd, when she says like he was my grandfather and he died last week, and you see Ray and he's just like, oh geez. Like you could tell he was genuinely hurt.
Yeah, because he doesn't find out she's the granddaughter until like the end of the conversation, right? When she's like, Egon Spengler was my grandfather, and the guy clicks the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah.
Side note here. You'd think she would have called him on a cell phone beforehand instead of using her one call from jail to, call, call Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but that's way less Ghostbusters, right? I guess. I have
Um,
no idea. It's awesome they're in jail again, but
yeah,
but
they are
yeah,
in jail. Yeah,
I
seems like
know.
they always have to go to jail or a psych ward or something. Um,
I love that they have that callback where Ray's like the slammer, huh? Been there myself. It's like,
it took me a watch or two to be like, that's right, he was in jail, wasn't he?
yeah, yeah. And I love that because I think that Jason Reitman is. I'm not gonna keep like blowing the scene and being like, "This is good and this is really good and I love going to this." I think that the amount of weight they had on them, like the stress and the anxiety of writing that scene, I think is not even feasible to, you know.
I honestly Honestly, remember how pissed off we were when they canceled the movie and said it's going to be another year before we release it?
Yeah,
I think that is the best possible thing that could have happened for that movie.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure they really like
Like,
made it tighter.
I don't care that we had to wear masks in the theaters to see it. Like that 12 extra months was perfect.
Well, do you remember how fast they came out with the teaser suddenly, and then they were like, "By the way, we're shooting the movie." Like, remember they had the
Yeah.
teaser and like it was so fast. I remember that everybody was like, "Is this real? Is this a real trailer? Because this is good. Like, this would be cool." But Jason Reitman doesn't do Ghostbusters, right?
Me that like 6 years ago. Like we saw it 6 years ago. If you showed me that same trailer today, I'd be like, this is AI. They're not fucking doing a movie.
Yeah, especially after the reboot, and like the reboot's grown on me too. Like honestly, there's some parts of it I think are cool, and I do think it's really weird that they didn't do a sequel. I don't know, like I think that's odd. I
I,
mean,
I think Sony kind of did what Sony does is they took a property and they tried to um that I'm not going to deny it. Afterlife was a love letter to fans. It did great in theaters, but I think what they did with 2016 was they took the formula of we have to make this appealing to everybody, not just Ghostbuster fans. And I get it. I'm one of the few people who can sit down and watch it and legitimately enjoy it as its own movie.
which is great. I mean, like it has an audience, like a big audience. People love that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
I do feel bad for them because I could see how it would feel like, you know, like the actresses in Ghostbusters 2016. Kristen Wiig, I still think is awesome. Um,
oh yeah,
they were all hilarious.
but oh yeah, but the fact that they said after the fact they're like, okay, if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. Let's give the fans the love letter they want, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, and it feels good
So
because all the technology is all like kind of run down and you
yeah.
know. But yeah, she did a
Well, I
really
mean
good job.
that's if you go and like it's you can see the difference in who's a fan and who's a fan. Especially if you like we're talking about my pack. The pack can run in two different modes. It can run in the 84 mode or it can run in the 20 the Spengler mode.
Well,
And the people who are the purists are like, I run mine in 84 mode all the time, and I'm like, I like mine to sound like it's a piece of junk and just ready to fly apart.
oh man, it was so cool in Afterlife. That whole scene where she blasts it for like the first time. I got tingles when I remember when I saw that clip. And he pulls the Polaroid out, and you're like, this seems so right. I'm so ready to see
Yeah,
this movie, you know?
yeah. Oh well.
But yeah,
Um,
I really like that scene because yeah, I just felt like we waited for so long to see that. So long.
well, and it's funny because they gave us what we wanted. We wanted to know what Ray was up to. He's got his little occult shop, it's still running, funded by someone else, but still running.
Yeah, and it's cool that like I don't know, it is shocking that they kind of rolled with Egon dying as the plot of the movie, and it's really cool that it turned out the way it did. I don't think they'll ever be able to do another Ghostbusters movie like that unless Jason Reitman is doing it, I think, at this point.
I think even that we got Frozen Empire, and Frozen Empire feels like an episode of the TV show,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, it kind of gave us more content of what we're looking for. Let's see if we can do it with another director. Okay, we can make a movie. Let's go from there.
Jason Reitman just did such a good job, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
He
I
was
don't
still a producer. He still had fingers on it. So
I know, I just think that he seems like such a good actor, director. Like I feel like he really has a close relationship with them, like a lot more than most directors do. So
um
I did miss
I
that.
think it depends on who the director is. I mean, Ivan Reitman was there to make like movies you could think about but you didn't have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um and like you look at different directors and you're like, I want a director who's good with people talking and like Ghostbusters Afterlife, there was a lot of talking.
There really was.
Like a lot of emotional stuff. It'd be like if Kevin Smith did a Ghostbusters movie, it would be them joking around and talking and
That
very
would be
little
fucking
ghostbusting.
awesome. I would love to see that actually.
It would be like like take Ray and Peter. They'd be over here talking and swearing, and then they go off screen. There'd be some blasts of light, and they come back with, "Wow, that was a hard ghost to catch." That would be a Kevin Smith Ghostbusters movie.
Dude, I would love to see that. I've never even thought about that before until you mentioned it. But that would be fucking brilliant, I think.
It's because I watched him at a panel one time online, and they were saying like, Kevin, do you ever want to direct like a superhero movie? He's like, fuck no, man. I do better with movies that like the people just talk because I can do good dialogue, but I'm shitty at doing action stuff. Like when I did Mallrats, I had to get a guy to professionally do all the stuff for me to slam my head into everything.
You know what though? I fucking love Mallrats still, and I love the action in that. When
Yeah,
I remember my parents
he
walking in and they had the thing where Silent Bob uses the grappling, and he's like, "Where do you get the wonderful toys?" And Jay kisses him, and then just like walking out of the room.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's the thing. Every director's going to be different at something. So like Jason Reitman, like there's a lot of talking in Afterlife, which is perfect because he's that kind of a director. Because you look at all others movies like Juno.
But he did a good job, I thought, of like, man, even when I was trying to like just watch the scene again before we did this, I kind of skipped around and I got to the part where they this is a side quest, but stretching it out. Um, when the Ecto one goes through the water and like they're after the ghost and she's in the gunner seat, it's so crazy because the gunner seat works so perfectly and everything seems so right. And you never thought you'd be watching a movie about Egon Spengler's kids becoming Ghostbusters, not in New York either.
Yeah.
Like there's so many questions. So
Well, people always say that Ghostbusters, the New York is a character in itself,
totally, yeah. It is cool that they're back.
right? But
Like I do like that.
yeah, but Oklahoma is still pretty cool too.
Yeah, I mean the fact that they gave it the backstory with the girders and everything with selenium stuff. Oh, I love that scene too where he's like talking about how they jump to their death one by one. Oh, it's so good. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's your scene, John?
Okay. So it's funny because we were talking about Frozen Empire for a second, and I'm not talking about Frozen Empire, but did you ever wonder why Walter Peck became mayor?
Honestly, I'm not
How?
even shocked anymore about those things. The older I get.
I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, my favorite scene in all of the franchise, and it sounds really stupid, is when the containment unit explodes.
Like in part one, like the original.
Like the very first one. And I started thinking about it, and I watched it a few times. I'm like, okay, Walter Peck showed up, turned off the power, the containment unit exploded, and all the ghosts got loose, and the top of the building blew off. Now, here's my hot take. Walter Peck was right.
About shutting down the containment unit or just
Like shutting the Ghostbusters down. He was well within his rights because I as an adult, I'm sitting back going, these guys created like technology that can destroy the world, and nobody's watching them.
I
They didn't
know.
check with anyone. Can we do this? Hey, if we shut this off, it's like setting off a bomb. Can we put this in the building or the basement of our building? And I know it's going to get me crucified in our comment section, but he was right.
I don't think there's many comments in the comment I'm checking. Just Cody.
Maybe this might be it. Maybe the Ghostbusters fans are going to come crucify me. Um, but like that scene for me shows how hard the Ghostbusters have worked because the containment unit's so full it explodes.
Yeah.
Uh, Especially, and it seems so much weirder now that we've actually seen the inside of it. Like, I always imagined it like just a couple of rooms off the main room, and now it's a tank. Like, huh?
Honestly, I always
But
pictured it as a cartoon. Like it was like the TARDIS almost. When you go into that door, it is a whole other dimension, I think. You know?
there's a YouTube video where they show how the Ghostbusters containment unit works. How it's like you put the trap in the wall, and when you unload the trap, it pulls the ghost out, holds it, and then when you clear the trap, it kicks it over to another room where it's trapped permanently.
Hmm. Interesting.
So it's kind of like an airlock.
Oh, so they're all separated kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, they're not separated. Like they're all in the same spot, but they're held in a different spot in the room by the laser grid.
Oh, weird. See,
Yeah, it's
there's
kind of
a
like a
lot
jail cell.
there's a lot of like sci-fi bizarre. I don't know. I don't think they realized what they were fully gonna be able to do once they made this shit
They,
up.
but it's like it showed like, and when we were talking about Egon being removed, like even when he was trying to stop them, like no, shutting this off will it's like dropping a bomb on the city, and he's not very emotional about it. Like he's just stating the fact. But then when Walter Peck is like, they caused this explosion, and he freaks out, I'm like, wow, Egon has emotion. What the hell?
Oh man, when he's like, "Your mother," after that, so good.
Yeah,
I
but
love
like
the guy
that
who has
scene
the
for
tunnel power, and he's like, "I've never seen one of these. I don't think we should do this."
yeah, he's like the voice of reason. He's like, we shouldn't do this. This is a bad idea.
Oh yeah, and Peter shows up. My friend, don't be a jerk. Such a great scene.
Yeah,
I love how small
yeah,
the big scene is. That's all you ever really see in the movie until Frozen Empire, right?
yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, I've always liked that scene because it's like the breaker, like the point in the movie where I always thought that like, okay, it's stepping up a bit now.
Yeah, shit gets real after
Plus,
that.
the special effects in that scene are amazing, but they're so simple.
Yeah, well, I heard that they traced those exact effects of the ghosts coming out in Afterlife, right? Like they actually went in and copied them like perfectly.
Yep,
Which is cool.
yep. But like the way
And
the wall, like um, the bricks on the wall started shooting out, and then all the lighting behind them, like you knew nothing was going on. Like as an adult, you're like, nothing's going on back there. Nothing's coming up through Peter's office, but everything's just exploding behind them in a blinding light.
I love when they did Frozen Empire, how they actually put the repairs in the firehouse. You ever seen that footage?
Yeah.
So cool. You can't even tell in the movie, but
Huh.
yeah, that is a really cool scene. When I was a kid and it would get to that part, I remember it's kind of like really gets you amped up because
Yeah.
you know shit's going down after that.
And
Walter
and
Peck
like
is really
right, like, and that's the thing. I was sitting there thinking that during Frozen Empire, I'm like, this dickhead become mayor. And then I'm like, he wouldn't have lost his job. They would have done like judicial hearings and stuff to figure out why the Ghostbusters caused that.
don't they get sued by all the businesses in New York?
Local, state, and federal agency in New York.
It's
And part of their
crazy.
settlement is they can't be Ghostbusters anymore.
Right. See, it gets so much more realistic as an adult. You're like, yeah, that probably would happen. I think it's crazy that they still are able to hang on to their proton packs because they're nuclear. It's crazy.
They're electrical. There's a cut scene that I don't think ever made it to anything got released where Egon and Ray and Peter are talking about it, and he's like, "Well, this is nuclear," and Egon's like, "No, no, it's electrical. We have to plug them in every time we use them."
Don't they
Peter just uses
say,
the wrong.
because in Afterlife, Ray says that Egon took the plutonium and stuff for them from the
Like, what
river.
did he take? He took the reaction fuel.
Let me look.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, how are three scientists, disgraced scientists from Columbia, going to get plutonium
Same way Doc did in Back to the Future. You just steal that shit.
from the Libyans?
Yeah. Oh
Ghostbusters,
man.
cool, apparently.
Um, yeah, I always thought it was funny in that scene because the guy with the hard hat who actually turns off the power. When I was a kid, I always thought he just yanked this plastic tag off. I never realized there was an actual switch that he was moving.
Yeah,
I never understood how that worked until I was an adult. Very sad.
be, be, being an adult now and working in the industries I've worked in, I'm sitting there thinking, why don't they have it locked out so no one can just pull down on the handle?
I don't know. There's a lot of them have
Right?
locked.
Like, yeah, but it just seems like bad organization. It's like, hey, this might explode if we pull down on this lever. Well, let's put a lock on it just in case. Nah, fuck it, we're fine.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, man. The more there's so many things that keep changing every time I see these movies that I love as an adult, where I feel like, oh, like that's another thing I just understood a little bit more as an adult. It's weird. you know?
Yeah.
Like, even
Watch.
in Frozen Empire when they're doing laundry in the basement, it's so cool because you're like, oh, it's like family. They're a family now, but it's in the
Yeah.
firehouse. I never thought it would go this way with Ghostbusters, like in the future.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was just a bunch of single guys doing a job, and three of them lived at the firehouse, and one had a weird loft apartment somewhere.
Oh man, Peter's apartment? Like, how? What's the rent on that,
The franchise rights alone must have made him rich.
I just don't understand. I don't understand how
No,
to do it.
no. I mean, you look at today's housing market, you're like, I couldn't afford that. I'd have to have 12 people living with me to afford that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Uh, yeah, his
I'm
apartment
even
is.
jealous of Dana's apartment.
You what?
I'm jealous of Dana's apartment in the second movie.
I know.
It's like a little,
It's all like carpeted and so 80s.
yeah.
Fuel
I'm stuck. I'm
isotope.
stuck
What
in
is
the
that?
70s because handling, but
That's okay. It looks cool. He
yeah,
says it's fuel isotope.
yeah.
What is that?
That's the thing. No one says it could be anything. I mean,
I'm gonna ask an AI. Let's use the ultimate search engine here.
which AI are you using?
Grok.
Okay.
Let's see here. It says it's a chemical element used as a fuel in nuclear reactors and nuclear weapons due to its ability to undergo nuclear fission or fusion, releasing energy. Common fuel isotopes include uranium, plutonium, thorium, deuterium. These isotopes are chosen for their very nuclear properties. But you know what is not crazy? The other day I was reading an article. There was a kid, like a teenager, a preteen, and he actually made a nuclear reactor off of parts
Right.
from Amazon in his
And
backyard.
he tried to get some fissionable material, and the government had to come in and go, no, no, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
So it's really not
Um,
that crazy, especially in America. I'm sure that there's lots of it around.
it was the Reagan era. A lot of stuff was possible.
Yeah. It's true though. Like it's not that crazy. So,
Who's president in 1985? Ronald Reagan, the actor.
oh my God. I can't wait to do a Back to the Future episode. I've really been
Two
waiting though. What?
2 weeks. We're seeing it in 2 weeks.
I know it's gonna be at IMAX. We should definitely talk about that. That's gonna be
Yeah,
fucking epic.
dude. I worked till noon, and then I cleared the rest of my afternoon to go see the movie.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
Um.
They must have blown it up, put it on, because the IMAX here I think is like a laser projector, a dual laser projector. It's very
So,
cool. Anyways, I'm really going off sidetrack.
getting back onto the Ghostbusters track, I am glad I saw the 2016 movie in IMAX because the way they shot it was parts of the movie actually went off the screen and continued.
Yeah, I
So,
know. I saw that one too. I saw the 4DX thing or whatever.
oh
And then
yeah,
the Patty's chain came out of the mat lines. It was really
yeah,
trippy.
yeah. Um, what did I see? I saw Afterlife in every format that it was available. Like we saw it the first time in IMAX.
Mm.
I saw it in, and then we went to see it again, didn't we?
I
In
saw, yeah, we saw
Screen
Screen
in
X.
D box.
Yeah.
No, I saw it in Screen X too, which I thought was really funny.
I liked it except for they fucked up the ending with the old Ghostbusters and Ray's mouth
The
wasn't
voice,
moving. Yeah, that was
yeah,
weird.
right.
That was weird.
Uh, you know what's really funny? Because I'm gonna get off topic, but I'd like to see it. They remastered Wizard of Oz
Oh.
to show on the Sphere in Vegas,
Huh. Interesting.
right? And they made it like an experience. I would love to see a Ghostbusters movie on that Sphere.
Yeah, that would be insane. I don't even know what that would be like. Like sitting inside of it, like it would just be all your vision.
Like the movie is like in your 180-degree view, but the rest of the Sphere is incorporated. Like when the flying monkeys are around, the flying monkeys are now all over the stage and like up onto the top of the building.
I remember seeing I don't know if it's real, I assume it is. They had a football game live broadcast through a dual laser projector kind of thing, but it was that kind of
Yeah,
screen, and it really looked like they were there in the seats. It was pretty
they're
incredible.
wrestling. They're doing something where you go to the same type of thing and you get to watch the pay-per-views in that kind of like environment. I'm like, that would be kind of cool, but kind of tiring because you're looking at everything. Like,
Yeah, I think it would be pretty overwhelming if it was any more than like,
yeah,
but maybe not. I could be wrong.
I think Screen X for me is like the extreme I want to go. I don't want to be distracted by my peripherals the whole time. Just like, give me that in the action stuff.
Dude, when I saw Tron Ares, the IMAX in 3D, I haven't seen a movie that was that kind of like an experience in the theater, maybe since I saw the second Avatar movie. You know what I mean? Like a real movie experience. Like you're like,
Yeah.
okay, this is
Uh,
pretty crazy.
I made the mistake of seeing the second Avatar movie in D-Box,
Well,
and I don't do well on boats. So like the fact that the entire movie was doing this the whole time had me not so good.
it was too real.
Yeah, I actually had to because the D box seats are like $30. I had to get out of the D box seats and go down to one of the normal seats because I was going to throw up.
Oh shit. I mean,
Yeah, but it's like
oh,
when I went to see Top Gun Maverick, everything moved so quickly it wasn't the same.
apparently there's some that have like dampness, right? Like water comes out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird.
I don't. It's not ones we've got here, but if you go west, I'm sure they do.
Oh, that could be interesting. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
we're off
Anyways,
on a
we're,
tangent
we're,
again.
we're way off. We went so
Yeah.
far from we really ended up somewhere
So,
weird.
yes, my hot take is Walter Peck is right, but
Walter
still
Peck,
we don't like him.
I mean, he was within his rights as an environmental
Yeah,
protection agency, representative. Totally get it.
yeah,
I love that scene too with him where he's like getting the slime all over him from Peter. He's like,
yeah.
it's so funny.
What?
Oh my
He's
God.
not the they wanted us to have a bad guy, but when you think about it, he's not the bad guy. He's just doing his job.
Who would the bad guy be in Afterlife then?
Gozer.
Yeah, like that's it. There is no other bad guy in that movie, is there?
Well, the sheriff, but the sheriff's just doing his job and being the responsible dad that should be there.
Oh my God. When he says that who you gonna call line,
Yeah,
I remember like,
you'd had you,
yeah, because it cut back to the YouTube thing and he's like, are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night? And you're like, oh, she wrote the
yeah,
number down. That's so cool.
yeah. I hope this new TV show is really good, but at the same time, like I'm just happy to have Ghostbusters content.
There's enough Ghostbusters stuff made where there's something honestly for everybody at this point.
There's I want to do an episode in the future. There is a fan film out there, and I can give you guys all a copy of it called Freddy versus the Ghostbusters.
I've seen that.
Right? So you understand that's like very well done for a fan film, and there are lots of them out there.
Yeah, and that's from a long time ago now. They made that. Like it's pretty
Like
impressive.
special us back then were really hard to do, and like now you can just film a scene and go put a proton stream in there, and the computer does it. Back then, those guys had to animate that.
Yeah, not only that, but there was no like Hasbro or Spirit or there was nobody just cranking out proton packs that all look amazing like there are right now.
Yeah.
Like you could if anybody wanted
GV.com wasn't.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's such a key site for all that. Fuck. I
Yeah,
remember stumbling across that for the first time, gbfans.com, and thinking like, but do they have this? Oh, they do have that. Okay, what about this though? And it's like, oh my God, they have a whole message board of answers
yeah,
here. It's incredible. Yeah, they
yeah.
are.
Like before that, it was like a few message boards that nobody ever really checked, and now it's like all have one solid place to post on.
It's a miracle, man. Like if you had a new Ghostbusters fan and they said, "Hey, I have $1,000. Can I get a good costume?" And it'd be like, "Yeah, you can get a fucking awesome costume. Like you can get everything you
Yep,
need." So
yep. Um, I showed my proton pack to an 8 and a 6-year-old a couple of weeks ago. You would have thought I had pure gold in my hand.
You do.
Their eyes were just lit up. They're like, we've seen this in a movie. Oh my god, is it real? Is it real?
It looks
Right?
100% real.
'Cause mine actually has the metal frame and everything that they sit on. So they're like,
The
they're
Alice
looking at it
Pack?
and they're touching everything. The Alice frame, yeah. They're touching everything and they're like, where did you get this? I'm like, it's mine. It's just mine. I didn't tell them where it came from because I didn't want to destroy their little hearts.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them
Yeah.
either. Or you could say you got it from like Egon Spangler or something.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and it's crazy the way the parents' eyes light up and they're like, "Oh my god, there's actual Ghostbusters out there and these guys look legitimate."
When we went to that skating rink thing, my first time with you guys, and we
Oh
got to
yeah,
like, see all the kids, and they had that guy dressed as Thor there too, and the other
skating.
cosplayers. Yeah, it felt so cool to have all the people coming up, and they were like, "Can we get a picture with you? Like, can we?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here you can have the Neutrino one, and like you can hold on to it." It was
Yep.
awesome. I had so much fun, and the parents are
They're
right. They're like, "This is awesome. Thank you."
the best experience I ever had, and I think we've talked about it in the past, but I'll always talk about it. I went to Fredericton. They had a haunted house and they had a Ghostbusters night,
Cool.
and there was a room built in there for Ghostbusters. So the other Ghostbusters went in, and I think I was nursing a knee injury, so I didn't want to get in any place I was gonna like aggravate it.
Yeah.
Even though wearing the face pack didn't help.
Yeah. Especially the old one.
Um, oh, yeah. Anyway,
Lucille.
so I was walking around they had a social area for everybody, and I was sitting there and I was drinking my coffee and we were joking around, and all of a sudden there was a little tug on my belt, and I turned around and there's this little Ghostbuster. He couldn't have been more than 8, and he just I'm like, hi. And his mom's like, hi, this is Dylan. He is a huge Ghostbusters fan. He was really scared to come here tonight until he knew that there were going to be Ghostbusters here.
That's
And
awesome.
what happens when you went into this haunted house? You had an assigned time that you went in, and their assigned time you had to check in, and then there was like a 45-minute wait. And
Oh,
this kid did not leave my side for 45 minutes.
I wouldn't either if I was
Like,
a kid and I saw a Ghostbuster.
right?
I'd be like,
The thing
whoa.
was, I like I remember being that age and we were at Universal Studios and there were Ghostbusters there and I was just in awe, but it was like intimidating as hell
You got to
because
see the
they're
old Ghostbuster stuff at Universal?
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
I was intimidated because they're taller than me. They're carrying the gear and I'm like, hey. So I got down to I got down on my good knee. And we sat there and talked for 45 minutes. And he told me everything about his proton pack. I told him everything about mine. He turned mine off about 600 times.
See, that's cool. I feel like, man, I know we both know what that's like as kids. So it's so fun as an adult to pass that torch in a way of like excitement about, I don't know. It's really weird.
And I remember getting my first proton pack, not the one I had when I was a kid, because everybody loved that one, but getting my first one as an adult. And I put it on and I stopped for a second. And my friend looked at me. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, but I'm going to be eventually.
Uh, yeah, when I had to
So,
build mine, and mine's still in a
yeah.
glass case. I don't even know if you can see it. Not really.
Oh, I
It's
can
in
say,
there,
yeah.
but I remember I had to build that for a Halloween costume, and I was like, okay, I have like 3 months to build this thing.
Yeah.
Um, and I just built it out of junk, and it's super heavy, but I don't know, like even though you replaced Lucille with the Hasbro one, and like obviously the Hasbro one is amazing. Nobody's debating that. But there's
Lucille's a special thing on her own. Like,
yeah,
I
there's a
look
exactly.
all the time.
Yeah. When I first saw your pack, like I had just made mine, I think, or I was in the
Yeah.
process. I remember I saw yours and I got to see it close up, and I'd never actually seen somebody who had a proton pack in my life. Never. I remember
I
seeing
am
yours.
so,
You what?
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you're
Oh,
saying.
I thought it was so nice. I was like so surprised that someone had made that. And I remember looking at all the different parts, and you were like, yeah, this is from that, this is from this. This part's 3D printed, but this is a real
Yeah.
piece. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking awesome, John. And you're like, yeah, call Lucille. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, I was so stoked. I was so excited to do all that. Oh
I
man.
I I don't know why I ever gave it the name Lucille. It just seemed like an appropriate thing at that moment. We actually designed a logo to put on the back panel of like a Ghostbuster like pinup. So, um, the last one I named him Missy.
Missy is a good name too.
Well, Missy, I hope she's watching this. She checks out our podcast once in a while. She does the Terry Fox run here in our neck of the woods, and it seemed appropriate because Missy is loud. She draws a lot of attention, but she makes people smile. So that's why I thought it was an appropriate name.
That's cool.
So, but like Lucille, I am surprised every time I turned it on that it didn't catch fire.
Dude, and that's how you know it's a real proton pack. I think it's like, I don't know, it sounds ridiculous, but it's almost like a good rite of passage, I think, as a Ghostbusters fan to build your own proton pack. Like, I'll keep buying ones. Like, I would definitely buy that new Hasbro one if
Yeah.
if it was within my means at the moment. But I think it's really important and it is a good, I don't know, building your own proton pack is so difficult. It's like building a lightsaber if you want to be like a Jedi Knight. Wow. Can't even believe those words just left my mouth. But
Nerd.
yeah, I know. So that might be the nerdiest thing I've said so far on every episode. Jesus. Um,
While wearing a Ghostbusters jumpsuit.
yeah. Oh shit.
Um, but like, yeah, you're right. I mean, you're like you could be a Ghostbusters fan and enjoy it, but the thing about it is like you can put together a proton pack that looks like absolute garbage, and I'm never gonna do shit for it because that's all a proton pack to me was when I was a kid. These guys threw these things together and they went out and caught ghosts. So if you threw a colander on a board with a tackle box, it looked cool to me. It still looks
Yeah,
cool to me.
because you would know exactly what it is too. As a fan.
Right? I mean, like when I started seeing people building the proton packs from the girls movie, I'm like, that is impressive. Like
I like
that's
those
not
proton
3D print.
packs.
Those are assembled. Like you had to go out and buy plumbing parts to make that work.
Some of the parts on the one you have are lighting cable connectors for like expensive LED movie like studio lights. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of cool seeing them on the proton pack because I'm like, oh, that's like a this and this connector, you know? It's cool.
You know, the only thing I wish I hadn't done about my proton pack with Lucille is I wish I had bought more than one roll of wire. Because when one of the lights shorted out, I had to replace it, but I couldn't. I had to buy a tester too because I did not run anything but red wire inside of it.
Oh shit. That's funny.
Yeah, it took me about 3 weeks with a tester to find the light, find the broken wire.
See, that's cool. Like mine just has Christmas lights and Dollarama lights in it. Like yours, Lucille is like a step into like actual cosplay level though. And that's why I was so blown away when I first saw it. And I remember going to your house and seeing it on the wall when like you weren't using it, and I was like, I should put mine on the wall too. Like that's fucking cool. Like, because it
Yeah.
almost looks like your bat gear, like when Bruce Wayne has all of his stuff hanging ready to go. Um,
Believe it or not, after Hurricane, I want to say Dorian, when we didn't have power for a couple of weeks, that was our upstairs like nighttime light because I had installed it was I think we had actually gone to the Hasbro pack at that point, and the lithium ion pack was good for about 300 hours.
wow.
So I could literally turn it on before we went to bed, and we would have a light out in the landing so nobody tripped.
What's your ratio of like when you go out in costume? Like, do you ever use Lucille, or are you like, why wouldn't I use the Hasbro pack? It has all the sounds and stuff.
Here, well, that's the thing. I mean, the Hasbro, like, I love Lucille. It is a beautiful pack. Um, but the 3D print that it was done in, it's getting older, man. She's over almost 10 years old.
Yeah,
Um, so like she's really nice on the wall. I don't wanna break it because it's my favorite.
yeah,
Um, going out to conventions and going to events and just lugging the Hasbro one around is okay because I've banged that so many times. Haven't had to do any repairs on it.
really? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Like the odd repair is like I scratched it when I went to YCon this year. There's a gouge in it about like that long, not super deep, but enough that you can feel it with your fingernail. And I literally went and got a silver pen and just colored it in.
Looks like it's part of the pack, probably.
Exactly.
That's the thing, man. Like Hasbro is a toy company, but I remember when I first saw a picture of like the preview of what that was gonna look like, the pack you have, I
Yeah.
was like, how did they do this? Like, how the fuck did they do
They,
this? And then they're like,
so
by the
they
way, you can take it out and see all the stuff inside. Crazy.
they actually went to Sony and said, "Give us one. Let us tear it apart and make it." Because we had in Afterlife, we got to see stuff on the inside that you don't normally get to see in props,
Yeah, it was cool.
right? And like if I open it up and flip it over and look at the top of the cyclotron, I can actually take out the cathode ray tubes.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I wish I had that on mine.
And the
But
funny part is, if you don't put them back, the damn thing doesn't work.
really,
You can't like you have to put everything back the way you found it, put the lid back on properly, hook up the control line. If you unhook the control line and turn it on, it goes into self-destruct mode.
is that from the video game?
No, it's from the cartoon.
Oh, that's cool. God damn it.
Yeah. So like and the fact that they took the wand and put the video game options in there too is kind of cool.
You know what? I would love to have an extreme Ghostbusters pack, like a really nice one.
Oh, Matt, before I got Lucille, there was a guy in I think it was Chicago. He had one that he was selling. The problem was to get it here was going to cost more than what the pack was worth,
That sucks.
right? Like I had dedicated myself. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the money, I'm going to buy it. It's mine. So he went and he got a quote from FedEx and all the other companies and he's like, I'm going to sell you this pack for $500, but it's going to cost like $1,200 to get it there.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess it's kind of big. You have to really protect it too.
Yeah.
It would be cool to make one. I don't think it would be very hard. It's just like what level of detail you want to give it. I would want it to look real, like the ones from the movie Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So instead of just 3D printing like a big shape, I'd rather it like be really mechanical and look like a real thing.
I always wanted to get one made of aluminum.
Yeah,
Like
I saw a guy do that.
get a bunch of ingots of aluminum in different heights depending on the pack, and get a CAD machine or a CAM machine to machine them all into the right shape with the right diagrams, and then you can literally just build everything on the inside of it.
I know there's so many ways to do it. Like, have you ever? There was an article I read. It was like, fuck, I can't remember what magazine it was, but this guy, this prop guy, got commissioned to build a proton pack, and he had no, like, it was an unlimited budget. They were like, make
Yeah,
it as close as you can. And the guy even found the pencils that they used in the proton pack and all that shit. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, like you could really spend a lot of money and a lot of time making this thing completely accurate. But the resin copies, nobody's gonna know, you know? Only you will know. So, because they look perfect. Like yours looks just like the one that you're gonna spend like $20,000 building, you know?
yeah,
It's true, like it looks awesome. I heard they used it in Frozen Empire in some shots.
they did. It was easier than having the prop house make extra ones.
That's
Like,
insane. That's insane.
right?
Wow.
But think about it. Like it's the same as Star Wars. Everything is so mass produced for them. They just have to put a call out to fans and they can get whatever they need. Like was it the one with the kid and the Mandalorian? The Mandalorian, they needed stormtroopers, but Disney didn't have enough stormtrooper costumes, so they called the 501st, and these guys come out with better copies than Disney had.
It's true.
And they're like, "There you go, boys. Have at her."
You know what? I love the beginning of Mandalorian. They did such a good job. Right now, I think it's really shitty, but like it was at one point really good, I think.
I'm one of the few people, and I like the Book of Boba Fett. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's a great series.
I
Um,
I think it was good. I think that it'll get people appreciate it more over time, I think. Like
Yeah.
they do with Star Wars because they're like, oh, maybe we were too hard on it, you know?
Well, I love the fact that now that they've got Hayden Christensen back in the fold after him being like, I don't want to be Anakin Skywalker again. I really would love to see a Darth Vader series
Yeah, I think that'd be good too.
because there's a lot of lore videos out there that they use what they call Legends canon, where they show Vader's first year, and I'm like,
Um,
that is such a good story.
yeah, they could totally do that with him.
Yeah,
You know, and that's why I think Kenobi is underrated because a lot of people don't like Kenobi either, but I think the fact that you had Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor come back, I think
yeah,
it's pretty fucking cool, to be honest. Like, even if you don't like the show, it's like, I don't know. I, I don't know what, sometimes I don't know what people are expecting of certain things. Like, it's a miracle if anything even works half the time, you know?
yeah,
I thought it was cool. I didn't mind. I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. He's great.
yeah. I mean, us short of us getting Alec Guinness back, I mean, which is never gonna happen. We're never gonna get the Obi-Wan that everyone remembers that, but we're gonna get the Obi-Wan that everyone likes.
I think they'll do another series in like the next
Yeah,
5 years, and he'll just be fucking old.
I think Disney just throwing stuff at the wall is a bad idea, but at the same time, it works.
Yeah, I think they don't know what to do, really. Have
You
you
know,
heard
till
in
till
recent, you what?
what's that?
I was gonna say, have you seen in recent news that there was some Steven Soderbergh, Adam Driver Star Wars movie that got canceled?
I heard something about that. I'm sitting there thinking, I don't think I'd like a Ben Kenobi movie or series, but it might be good. Who knows?
Apparently, it was ready to go, and like it was called The Hunt for Ben Solo. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, Adam Driver was on board,
Huh.
and fucking Steven Soderbergh. Like that's pretty crazy, and they just didn't do it. It's kind of wild, just because I feel like they're tanking Star Wars right now. Like, no, I don't think anybody's excited for stuff coming out right now. I mean, I'm sure there's fans excited, but I don't think the masses are
I
super
think the
stoked.
next thing coming out is the Mandalorian movie. So like I'm kind of interested to see it to see how the whole story ends.
I'll see it for sure. Sigourney Weaver's in it as an X-Wing pilot.
Oh, okay. So it keeps getting pointed out to me by people, especially who are friends in the medical field. They always ask me the question. They're like, "How did he get Dana unconscious when she turned into Zool?" Like, what do you mean? She's like, "They said he whacked her up with 300 cc's of Thorazine, so she just had like a liquid calming agent, an injectable calming agent in her apartment." And I'm like, "Well, no. Well, he's a psychologist. Oh, Peter's bad,
Yeah, totally is. Even from the beginning of Ghostbusters, when he's like trying to seduce the girl with the cards.
right?
Dude, I have those cards now. So stoked.
Nice. Do they give you a
Yeah.
Bill Cosby vibe?"
Oh God. Love it. Couple
I
of
was
wavy
gonna say
lines.
3 wavy lines.
Sorry, this isn't your lucky day. I love that scene.
Oh,
Oh man, every time I see Afterlife, side note, back to Afterlife, I always
yeah.
forget they did that new scene with Sigourney Weaver. I always forget it.
Well, you fangirled out during the movie when she popped up on screen in the after credits.
Dude, when she was at my work, I remember thinking to myself, Sigourney Weaver is standing in front of my desk. Like,
Yep.
I didn't have to go anywhere. There's no comic book convention. I didn't have to leave my seat from work where I am all the time. And she just walked right in front of me. I was like, I must have done at least one thing right, you know, to get to this point where Ripley, Dana Barrett, is standing in front of my desk at my job.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I was beside myself. I think Ghostbusters Afterlife had just come out too. So,
Did 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 you geek out? Like, are you guys allowed to? Did you go up and say hi? I'm Matt.
no, Sully was like eating his lunch next to her, like, but no, I wore my Wayland Utani shirt, but that was it. And I think
Yeah,
Henry wore
I'm
his
not.
Wayland Utani hat. So,
I'm not gonna lie, like, when I did The Sinner and they said you're gonna be in a scene next to Bill Pullman, and I'm like, I'm gonna be next to the president. Oh my god. Um, and they got I think it was a PA or somebody came over and he sat down with me and the other guy who were gonna be in the scene because they pulled us out of extras because the two guys who we were replacing came up with positive COVID tests, so they had to leave set. Um, they sat down and said, "Okay, Bill's gonna come up to you, and you're gonna converse a little bit because he likes to talk to you guys and stuff. Don't ask him for autographs. Don't ask for a selfie." I'm like, Okay, okay, I can compose myself for this."
That's cool.
So
Were you like, say
it
the
is.
line, say the line, Bill?
um, it was, and it sucked because when the Sinner come out and they cut the scene, I'm like, oh man, I was on screen with Bill Pullman for a second.
Should ask them for the footage. They're like, no.
I don't, I don't even think the production company's in existence anymore.
Well, this has been a hilarious episode. I enjoy talking about Ghostbusters, so I think that doing a series every once in a while, like a scene by scene, like Ghostbusters series, kind of makes it more fun to remember, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. And if the other guys are in on it, I mean, as long as they know what they're, as long as they know we're not all doing the same thing.
That would be crazy. I thought if we picked the same scene, it would just make it more interesting, to be honest. That would be pretty funny, I
Oh,
think.
absolutely. But it's also really cool because we both had different outlooks. I mean, you went really into the heart, and I'm like, I have to adult this one.
Mhm. You're like, protection agency is correct. I've seen the documents.
Yes. What the hell is wrong with me?
I've seen the numbers. But no, I enjoyed it. And
Yeah,
it's gonna be funny because once I stop, once we do enough of these where I'm like, I'll have to go outside of my realm of like favorite things, you know what I mean? So I'll probably like think differently of the movie over time. It should be interesting.
well, there's also like we've got comic books, we have novels,
Yeah,
some
game.
novels. Um, we actually have theme park attractions that you know. Um,
Did you see the
di-
rebuilding the firehouse thing? They took the roller coaster out of it at Universal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good. They're. I don't think they're coming back with the Ghostbusters stuff because that license is long gone.
Oh,
Um, but do you want to do a watch through of something together on YouTube and we'll talk about it as it goes on?
yeah, that would be fun. I'm totally down.
Okay. I'll send you the link for it and like you can check it out and say like, yeah, maybe I want to watch this, maybe I don't, but you've probably seen it, so
No, I'm totally down. More Ghostbusters the merrier, I always say.
okay. All right. So do you want to close it? You want me to? What?
You
What?
can. I'm just a kid. I just work here.
You just work. I'm gonna get you a placard that says that. Um so Slush Podcast, Matt and John back together finally.
After all
Um
these years.
right? Right? Neither one of us had to burn in hell for this one.
Nope,
Um
not yet.
So if you like us, check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, follow all our socials. I'm not going to scream like I've done so many times before. But if you like the episode, give us a comment. We like to hear from everybody. And if you see me at HalCon, come ask if I want to play Pog because I want people to find me. All right. Night, buddy.
Goodbye forever. A couple of wavy lines.
Couple wavy lines.